I see lots of questions online about lighting. I know that you can buy expensive setups with really nice lighting. And I'm going to tell you that I'm one of those people that likes to figure things out and not spend a bunch of money on my craft. I like to save my money for the bigger purchases or save it for time fast. What I have found is that, and I accidentally found this out, when I sewed this top, I stand to piece. I find sitting very ergonomically bad for my posture, and I don't notice it until I go to get up and do something. It hurts, so I stand when I piece. I have my grandmother's old buffet, and the back side of that buffet has a mirror, and that little light bulb casts only so much light. But when you have a mirror behind you, that mirror reflects light, so you have twice as much light. You can see stuff from behind you. So those of you who have a dark quilting room, I'm going to recommend two things that'll help your light. You can go to the hardware store and buy cheap mirrors and hang them up behind your quilting machine. Make the whole wall one great big mirror. If you can't afford that, okay, paint your walls white. White reflects light. Tan absorbs light to the point where it casts weird shadows and you cannot see. Darker colors do the same thing. White is your best option for the reflection of most light. Then after that, if you still are like in the dark, try and replace your light bulb. Those silly old light bulbs, after a period of time, do turn yellow. They cast a funny shadow of the light. And if you go to the hardware store, they'll usually have a setup of the different light bulbs plugged in and what kind of light they put off. You will find that the natural light bulbs cast a blue, and that blue is like a clear, crisp light. You may want to just simply change the light bulbs or go up wattage on your light bulbs. That is very inexpensive to do. That is my advice. Also, I see a lot of questions about, when I stand at my quilting machine for a whole day, when I get done, my legs hurt so bad. And I can see why. When you some of us work on concrete all day, it puts an ache in your bones. I don't know why that is. I guess because it's just hard. That ache may take a couple days to go away. I happen to go into a seller of beauty supplies to get a wall trimmer sharpened. And when I was in there, you know, I'm not one that wears makeup and does much with my hair, but I walked around and looked, and they had these mats laying all over the floor, and I had been on my feet all day at work, and I stepped on that mat, and it was like all my ache went away. So for those of you who do have the problem of being on your feet all day and the fatigue is really cutting into your quilting time, I recommend an anti-fatigue mat. The one that they had in the store was a name brand one. You can buy those off Amazon. Try and go to your beauty supply outlet and see what they have so you can step on one after a long day's work, and you'll know exactly what you need to buy. I'm really surprised that the makers of those mats are not at the quilt expos to where they would sell out if they were. I am standing on one now. This is a concrete floor. When you stand on it all day, you don't want to quilt for several days afterwards. This mat is really helping me out.